I decided I'm going to make a video that's somewhat different from my usual videos. Reason being that I get asked a lot of questions about my snakes and how I've raised them. I've raised them for 55 plus years, but I've got some questions that I'd like to ask, or points that I'd like to make, and I would appreciate everybody's input on them. Now this is Chewy. People think snakes are blind or critically visually impaired. Hi Chewy, you can come out now. Hi, come on. Come on if you want to come out. Come on, buddy. Come on. But on that topic, I think a lot of reason people think that snakes have poor vision is because when they're in feeding aggression, they get excited. And they do have a strong feeding aggression, and sometimes they strike. Quite often they misfire and don't hit their target. But that doesn't mean specifically that they're visually impaired. That just means that they're overzealous. So yeah, it happens. I've even had my snakes bite themselves because they got so excited when they were eating that they accidentally bit themselves. But snakes, my snakes, I've watched them and I've observed them for many years, and I've discovered that every one of my snakes is attracted to different color tones, different colors. Now Chewy here is very strongly attracted to reds and bright bold colors. Anytime he sees them, he goes right for them. And a lot of people wonder why snakes are always attracted to cameras, and I set my camera up and watched him one day outdoors. Had someone on the side filming, and what we caught was him seeing his reflection in the glass on the camera lens. That is why snakes are attracted to the cameras like they are, is because they can see their reflection in the glass. Another point that proves they're not really that bad visually impaired. Come here. I got Chucky out for you. Want to come see Chucky? Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Want to come see Chucky? There we go. A great friend of mine, Tommy. Oops, I covered you up with the towel. I'm sorry. Sent me a beautiful blanket I did a video on, and Chucky doll for Chewy, because I've told everyone Chewy loves the color red. Hey, look what I got out for you. Look what I got. Give me your tail. Okay. Here. You got your Chucky doll out. What's that? There's your Chucky. There's your Chucky doll. What's that? What is it? He's just excited to be out. This guy takes almost a month to prime for a shed. Hey, handsome, what you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, you're blind. Okay, that topic, are snakes visually blind? No, they're not blind. Impaired? It depends on the time of the month for a snake. Like if they're getting ready, there you go. Yeah, it's your Chucky. If they're getting ready to go into shed, their eyes are covered by protective lenses, which makes it hard for them to see defined pictures, colors, focus on anything that's fine detailed. So if they're shedding, yes, they are visually impaired. But the rest of the time, I've noticed that their vision's very good, actually. You're pinching your own tail, silly. There's Chucky. There's your Chucky doll. But, that subject, another subject, are snakes deaf? These are all controversial issues, and the sad part is most of the people that keep snakes will tell you snakes can't see, snakes can't hear. Wrong again. My snakes recognize their names when I speak their names. I can walk through the house randomly and say, Chewy, what are you doing? His head will pop up, he'll stand up, and he has to come look at me and see what I want. Now, all of my snakes know their names. That's why they have names. It's not, hey you. They're not just snakes. Each one has their own name because they respond to those names. They don't do it all the time, but 9 out of 10 times they will respond. And especially if I raise my voice and I speak in a loud tone, they'll turn and look right at me. So yes, they can hear. And another topic I'd like to cover is two topics that really creep me out and make me very uncomfortable is people referring to snakes as poisonous. Snakes are not poisonous, they're venomous. I don't know why that bothers me like it does to hear people say that, but it really does. Here, there's your Chucky doll. There's your Chucky doll. There you go. Let me stand it back up for you. There you go. He's just happy to be out. But, snakes are not poisonous. They're venomous. That's one. Number two, I've dwelled on this for years. I cringe when I hear someone refer to snakes as being tame. Snakes, cats, and dogs, all three have one thing in common. They all have a Jacobson's organ in their mouth that translates scents, smells, taste, odors to the brain. Okay, now all three of these animals have this in common. You're so handsome. Yes, you are. I'm talking about you and you know it, don't you? Okay. No, don't go potty on my bed. No, 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 no. Come on. Here. Okay, don't go potty on my bed, too. But, you can't tame a snake. The only way you could tame a snake, or a cat, or a dog, dogs and cats are considered domesticated. You can't take away their natural instincts. The only way a human could do that would be if a human had the capacity to completely take away their natural instincts. That's not possible. It can't be done. What are you doing? He hasn't been out since he shed, so he's a little hyper today. So no, you can't tame a snake. You can socialize a snake. And I find it odd. We can raise our snakes like people do their dogs and cats. But dogs and cats are considered domesticated. But when you say my snake's domesticated, that just doesn't sound right. Because they're not domesticated, they're socialized through a bond you have with them that they've learned to trust you. So, you know, you hear so much. There's so many myths. So many people that keep snakes that don't spend any time with them. That don't know the difference. That are telling everybody these things. What? You're not going to go roaming. No, you're not going roaming. You calm down. I had to take him out to clean his enclosure. So I figured I'd make a quick video on him. Another thing I've wondered about personally is, now I've bred my snakes, I've produced babies, I've sent them out to new homes. And I kind of wonder how so many breeders can desensitize themselves to their emotional feelings and bonds with those snakes. Myself, when I sent my babies out, I want to know who had them. I wanted to be able to communicate with those people. If anything went wrong with my snakes, I expected them to contact me. I don't know how anyone that breeds any amount of snakes can get the money for them, put them in a box, ship them out, and disassociate themselves from that animal. I can't do that. Some people can. Obviously, a lot of people do. But I'm not saying any particular breeders. I'm saying people that breed their snakes. I'd like some input on that one. Could you do that? Completely forget about that animal once you collect the money for it and put it in a box and ship it to someone? You have no pride in it. You have no interest in knowing how it's doing, if it's thriving, or if it died, or if it's been abused or neglected. Morally, I think you should be committed to wanting to know. But maybe it's just me because I'm emotionally involved with my snakes. He's all rambunctious today. So it took me 3 weeks to prime for a shed, and I didn't get to come out. Now I'm out, and I'm going to raise a ruckus. So I'm not in the mood to play today. No, you can't get on the computer desk. He's hard to handle. He's a heavy boy. Very heavy. There. Now you stay off my computer desk, you silly thing. But, I've also been asked a lot, have you been hurt by your snakes? Hurt? It depends on a person's perception of the word hurt. I've been bit. I've had some serious bites. But they were all my fault. Anyone that has a snake has to expect to be careless, because we are. We're human. We make mistakes. But it's not personal. It's not anything personal that the snake is doing against you. It's just how they react to their environment and things that they feel threatened by or intimidated by. Most snake bites occur during feedings because people aren't paying attention or they're being careless. You're huffing. You're warm, aren't you? You warm? He's full of it today. He hasn't been out in almost 4 weeks because he was busy shedding. But these are all topics I wonder about. How can you produce baby snakes, put them in a box, get the money for them, and once you get the money for them, do you just forget about them? Do you have no interest in them? That just, I always shared my snakes with the breeders that I got them from, because it was important to me that they know they're thriving, they're beautiful, they're social, they're friendly. These things mean a lot to me. It makes me wonder, does it mean anything to the breeder? I'm not bashing all breeders. Like I said, breeder in my reference is anyone that puts their male and female together and produces babies. But I don't understand how people can just, once they get the money for the animal and send it out, they just cut off all ties with the person that got it. That seems kind of cold to me and indifferent. But those are just some topics I wanted to touch on that I felt were important to me. I usually am answering questions, and today I'm stating all these things in a form that these are questions that I have about things and why people feel like they do about them, and I'd really appreciate your input on it. You're huffing. You better slow down. You're getting tired. Yes, you are. It's warm in here. Mama got the house too warm for you, huh? No. You're such a big moose, you are. Come on, Chubut. Tubert. Oh, your belly gurgled. You just ate 3 colossal rats last week after you shed. You want to get back in your tote? Oh, hold on, I'll get it for you. Yeah, he's on a mission today to get around, get into everything. I'll put you back in your house in a minute. Hey, are you just happy to be out? This isn't aggression. This is excited. See, I'm not upset. Oh, another topic. Our snakes are not tolerating us. A snake does not tolerate you. If you do anything to offend them, they will bite you. Our snakes are not stressed out when we take them out. Usually they come out because they want to be out, and they'll beg us to bring them out. So these are 2 things that are really on my top of my list of crap. Pardon the expression, but snakes don't just tolerate you. If he didn't like what I'm doing with him, he would bite me, plain and simple. They do that. That's how they defend themselves. So I don't know where people get the idea that you take your snake out, it stresses it out because you're taking it out of its enclosure, and it's only tolerating you handling it. Really? Well, then why don't the snakes bite you when you've got them out and you're working with them? Think about it. And they will. That's how they defend themselves. If you make them feel vulnerable or threatened, they will bite you. So this snake is not tolerating me. This snake is not stressed out. The snake is excited because it's the first time he's been out in a month, because he shed and he just ate a few days ago. Excited and stress are not even closely related. And people see their snakes moving around fast. That doesn't mean they're stressed out. That means they're energetic, which is normal for a snake. They're excited, or they're looking for food. These are all feelings they have, just like people have them. Listen to you huffing. You huffing away. Yes, you are. Mwah. You huffing at me, and your belly's gurgling, and you just stay. Listen to you huff. Want to get in your tote? Mama will put you back in your clean house. But these are all subjects that, oh, I guess you don't want to get back in your tote. I will go put you back in your house. I guess you want to now see, he's tolerating me. I tried to put him back in his tote and he came back to me. So yeah, he's tolerating me. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Well, you just saw it yourself. He's not with me because I'm making him be with me. He's with me because he wants to be with me. So you can blow that philosophy down the toilet. Huh. So I wanted to come back out and be with my mom. The heck with that plastic tote. I wanted to be out with you. Your belly's gurgling away. I want you getting here so I can be like, nope. Nope. I want to be out with you. How about we try it tail first? Nope. So I'm going to stay here with you. See? He's tolerating me. That's why he keeps coming back out. Because he doesn't want to be with me. Can't you tell? Hey. Get in your tote. I'm sorry. I gotta put you back in your house and you're getting warm. You're huffing. It's warm in my house. I know. I know. Listen to you huff. I love you. Huffing does not mean your snake has a respiratory infection. Another topic. Huffing is common with pythons because it's how they exchange air. They exchange air really loud. If they get tired, they're heavy-bodied snakes like my two carpet pythons are. They get tired really fast, and to get a fair air exchange, they breathe harder and deeper, which is a huff. It's not a hiss. It doesn't mean they have a respiratory infection. It's very common. Now, you take ball pythons and other snakes, you might hear a cracking and popping noise in their nostrils prior to a shed. That's not a respiratory infection most of the time. It's just because their nostrils get dried out. Take a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of, I use vitamin E oil. Take it and put it on the end of the nose, around the edges of the top lip. It'll stop that popping noise. It's because when they're getting ready to shed, their body's producing a lubricant to help them get the shed off. And their outer layer of tissue, skin, gets very dry, and the nostrils inside of them get dry. So it helps keep them moistened, so it's easier for them to breathe. But also, don't overlook the possibility that there could be a respiratory infection, but that's when you take it to a vet. Respiratory infections, there's mucus discharge, and there are other signs. The snake won't eat, but that's not specific to being a respiratory infection, depending on the species. But these are all topics, you know, I'm always answering questions. I sit back and think about these things all the time, and I think I wanted to do this so I can ask questions, how people feel about these topics. And as usual, if your comments are vulgar or rude, or you insult people, they won't stay on my channel. I don't do that. I've got a snake education channel. It's for teaching, it's for learning, and it's for sharing my snakes with people, so don't bother because it won't show up if you post it. Just a warning, I do it to everybody. I must have 800 blocked channels because of people arguing with other people and calling people names. I don't tolerate that on my channel because that's not, my channel is not a drama related channel. It's an educational channel, but I'd like some input on this, what people think about it, how you feel about these topics. Now, I've got 55 years of experience raising snakes behind everything I brought up, everything I mentioned. And I want to give a shout out, special shout out to a great friend of mine, Gay. Her channel's Gotta Love Carpet Pythons. And a really special friend of mine, Tommy Lovett, that sent Chewy the style, a beautiful blanket, and sorry, I've got Chewy on my mind again. She drew me a beautiful color picture of Chewy and one of Jade, and they're mounted on each one of their enclosures. They do like to see things. Chewy sleeps by that picture. Every time he curls up to sleep, he sleeps right in front of that picture. Yeah, they're blind all right. Think about it. Watch. You gonna tolerate me some more? Listen to you huffing. Goodness gracious. Say, Mama, you put me back in here. That's air exchange because he got warm because my house is warm.